This Could Get Dicey is a Dungeons & Dragons podcast, so things can sometimes get a little, well, you know. Content warnings can be found in the episode description.
Welcome to This Could Get Dicey, a D&D podcast where a group of buds get to unwind from their 9-to-5s and step into the world of Drugala. My name is Destiny Nieto, I play Lü'mis Bjorn, and before things get a little too dicey, I'd just like to say it's a beautiful day to book a tattoo appointment.
Okay.
I've been putting that off.
Yeah, me too for
really should.
12 years.
Same, Kenny.
Get one.
Alex, what are you getting? What's everyone want?
I want to just walk into a shop and get one. Like I want to get
he's a tattoo boy now after those first two.
I know I'm a freak for them.
Whatever you want, Alex, let me know. I am down to walk into a shop and then just get some flash.
Fuck yeah.
I have no idea. That's why I haven't done it. I'm paralyzed by fear.
I have two that I've been looking at wanting to get for about a year now. And here
Expose
I am.
Yourself. What are they?
One of them is a goose for our last campaign.
Fuck yeah.
Hey, match me, baby.
I really want a goose holding like a undead hand in its mouth.
Yeah.
And then another one I want to get is like a fern, a bluebonnet, and a D20, all together. And I want it on my forearm.
I would get
nice. Nobody copy this tattoo idea before I get it, okay?
Yeah, losers.
Be original.
My name is Alex Villarreal. I will be playing the role of Ellis Vendove, and today is a beautiful day to listen to one of the greatest opening tracks on an album of all time, called "In the Stone" off the classic 1979 record titled "I Am" by a legendary band, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh.
If you haven't heard this song, if you haven't listened to this track, it is one of the best album openers of all goddamn time.
Wow, I'm doing a music one too. That's crazy. I thought of a music one.
I think I'm gonna do a music one too.
It's weird. Last time I think we all did food stuff. Now we're doing music stuff.
Last time I brought Alex's charger.
Oh, that's right.
I can't even remember.
Yeah, these things go so fast.
That was 2 weeks ago.
Hi, I'm Kenny Chilton, and I'm playing Emil Mazak. And today is a beautiful day to listen to the soundtrack from the movie that is responsible for my sexual awakening, which is the 2005 film Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice, bitch!
In fact, I keep the songbook.
That's what I was going to say. Listeners at home can't see this, but Kenny has the songbook right behind him. Keira Knightley's kind of looking at us right now.
She's positioned to where she's always watching the game. Keira, you're always welcome to come watch it for real. You could be our only video subscriber.
Keira Knightley, if you ever want a guest spot on This Could Get Dicey, you hit us up.
Have at it. I watched a fucking Mr. Darcy fan cam on Twitter the other day, and it was fucking fire. Yeah. I was just like, yes, this rocks.
Anyway, y'all put on Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Pride and Prejudice soundtrack.
Your day's made.
It's like Pink Floyd and The Wizard of Oz. It lines up perfectly.
My name is Becky Schmader. I'm the game master for This Could Get Dicey, and it's a beautiful day to listen to the 2022 soundtrack classic Elden Ring. Okay, all right. Let's.
Y'all remember?
It's been a year. It's been
y'all
1 year of Elden Ring,
and
if you are like, oh, I'm not having a great day, I'm feeling a little down. You listen to the opening theme for Elden Ring. Oh my God. Now the rest of the album won't pep you up. Guarantee
Sure,
will not.
sure.
Some will, some won't. But the opening track.
Someone's got to make this playlist, and this will be our first like public playlist.
Yeah.
The
Earth, Wind, and
randomest
Fire,
fucking-
Elden Ring, Fall Out
And-
Boy from the last one.
Fall-
Yeah,
Fall
I was
Out Boy
gonna
from
say,
last
and the
week.
sound of someone getting a tattoo.
3 hours of needles and awkward conversation.
And with that, let us begin. Last we left off, our travelers headed out from the city of Mistfall and made their way into the Meadow Woods on their way to the location of the destroyed caravan. Along the way, they ran into Elizabeth Levax, a member of the Court of Outlaws, and previously hired to move the caravan to Mistfall. She had an offer for you. Forget about this caravan and this mission, and you'll receive 100 gold pieces each. The party refused for one reason or another, and Elizabeth said this might not be the last time that they would see her. Packing up camp and heading out for your second day of travel, you had a rare sighting with a pixie, which you decided to follow as they beckoned you further into the woods. They led you to a beautiful oak tree that seemed to be home to quite a few pixies, and you did happen to spot a few average-sized humanoids, which was rather odd, especially because one of them was the elder halfling Gramps, whom you met all together on your first day after leaving that cave on that fateful day. So you all are with the pixies in the woods, having spotted Gramps among the field harvesting some food from the gardens. You've also spotted a tiefling woman and a half-elf man. And you all are just hanging out with the pixies right now near Gertrude the horse.
I turn to my compatriots and I say, "Is that fucking Gramps?"
I recognize him, but he doesn't seem to notice us at all, and we just saw him a couple days ago. He's not paying us any mind. He's like doing chores or whatever.
Yeah, he's doing chores.
And what are the other two wearing? What are they? I know what Gramps looks like. What are the other two like? Are they wearing farm clothes?
Yes, at this point they seem to be wearing like very tattered sort of like burlap clothes almost, sort of burlap or cotton, very like simple clothes that are all dyed or not dyed, I guess, to be like cream and very like neutral tones.
And is Gramps wearing the same thing? Like they've all been dressed in this uniform? Or is he wearing what we saw him in?
He's still wearing what you last saw him in.
Okay.
Should we go up to them? Maybe, it doesn't seem like we can speak with the pixies very well. Maybe they have more information or something they could give us.
I kind of just want to kick his goddamn ass, if I'm being honest with you.
I'm all for that too. I kind of wanted to do that the first time we met them.
But he's not. He looks very peaceful at this moment. He took our advice and he left to live his life, and we stumbled upon his new home. I'm not sure we need to resort to violence just yet.
You never want to resort to violence. I look at is the pixie who like let us in like still like kind of with us?
Yeah, there's a pixie still with you, the one that led you over, and now at this point the other pixies who had helped get Gertrude out of the harness of the wagon have now kind of gone back to what they were doing, going back out to the field, going back to the house, things like that.
I say in common, I go, I know you can't, we can't really understand you. I think you might be able to understand us. I say in Elven, I'm like, can you understand this?
It shakes
Like,
its
do
head,
you?
no.
Mm.
And then it does put up a finger as if to say, like, hold on. And it flies back over zips away over to the oak tree, goes inside for a minute or two, and then zips back over with another pixie who seems much more elderly than these other pixies that you've seen. And she comes over to you all. Oh, hello there. You all are welcome to the oak tree. That we don't have a fancier name, and I apologize. But welcome to our little family here.
Pleasure to meet you. My name's Ellis. These are my friends Lü'mis and Emil. What is your name?
Oh, my name is Nanny.
Nanny, How do you know these folks? And I point over to the three working.
Oh, just travelers that lost their way, so to speak. Please, would you like to come in and have some food?
Can I sort of gauge the general like vibe of that? Like, come on in.
Sure. Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Yeah, same. Is this a luring? She's trying to lure us in.
Roll an insight.
It's a 19 for insight.
Can I do one as well?
Yes.
Bad.
Okay.
8.
8. Okay. So, Ellis, you're picking up that. I mean, it's strange that this pixie would just like fly over and be like, "Yeah, come on inside." Like, that's pretty strange. But nothing quite. You're not really picking up maliciousness at the moment.
Well, we kind of got, we're kind of on the move here, but I'm sure we wouldn't maybe stop for just a brief moment of respite. We appreciate the hospitality.
Well, absolutely. Please come inside and we can get you fed up and well rested for a little bit before you head back out onto the road. I'm sure your horse here would absolutely enjoy that.
Well, thank you. We appreciate it. I just go ahead and call out. I go. I just yell, "Hey, Gramps!"
Who is Gramps?
That little feller, doing chores over there. We crossed paths a couple days ago.
That is Theodore. That's not. Who is Gramps?
Nope. I hate this. Don't like this. That's weird. He told us, or at least we heard some of his associates calling him Gramps. He's much happier today than he was when we saw him a couple days ago.
Oh, you just saw him a couple days ago. How interesting. Well.
Yeah, I mean, like, I look at my two friends. I'm like, why? And I say, like, why are we trying to hide from this? Gramps and his buddies kidnapped us and tried to rob us.
Well, those weren't the buddies he was with. We killed
Oh,
those
yeah, Gramps
guys.
found some new buddies, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, Gramps, as you call him, but Theodore, if you will, has found a new group of friends who are much kinder than whoever you are speaking about. Clearly, I don't think Theodore has a bit of violence in him.
Maybe not anymore. He did try to kill us, though. Nanny, the doors on your oak tree are rather big for your kind.
Well, it's just so we can accommodate for our guests that come by ever so often.
What about the farm? It also seems large large for you and for your people.
Well, sometimes we bring others here, and we don't want it to starve anybody, so we need to create space and farmland for everybody to be able to feast and have all the food that they could ever want and need.
Lü'mis looks at Emil and Ellis, kind of confused, and asks, why did we come here in the first place?
Emil wanted to follow the fucking pixies.
My curiosity got the best of me, but you're right, Lü'mis, we do need to get going.
Oh, surely you need to have some food. Everyone roll a wisdom saving throw.
I do have to ask, am I magically attempted to be charmed right now?
No, not being charmed.
16.
14.
4.
Lü'mis, you have the sudden, instant urge that you need to go inside this oak tree and get some food. Nobody's gonna stop you. You're headed right there right now.
Okay. Yeah, so I feel like as soon as I say, "Why are we here?" a split second later, no words come out of Lü'mis's mouth. He just goes straight for the door and opens it, if it wasn't already open.
It was not open. But yeah,
would love to attempt to stop him from doing that. As soon as I see him trying, do we? Well, actually, this will depend on this. Do I know something is attempted to happen to me?
Yeah, same.
No, you do not. No, you cannot tell that anything has happened to you.
Oh, okay. Then I guess I will say like, oh, okay. I guess we're going in, and I'll follow. I'll follow Lü'mis.
I don't. Oh fuck. Okay. Lü'mis, we really shouldn't be. And I just kind of trudge on after them.
Very good. See, now everyone come inside. We are just making a nice garden salad for lunch with some little tea sandwiches. Doesn't that sound lovely, everybody?
Yeah, depending on the ingredients. What's it like inside?
Yeah, you all head inside, opening the larger than a pixie-sized door, heading inside this hollowed-out oak tree, and inside there's a beautiful kind of wooden furniture everywhere, a big long table that you can see now other pixies are prepping with food and putting down little like tea sandwiches and tea kettles and a big salad. You see on the wall there's these tapestries that depict different images and imagery. Go ahead, the three of you, as you enter into here, roll a history check.
18.
17.
8.
You see depicted, well, the three of you see these depictions of, different pixies and fairies and, different plants and such. But for Emil and Ellis, you know these to be depictions of the Fey realm, and you see different depictions of people going through like portals and going through like trees that have turned into portals, and on the other side they seem really joyous and happy. On the other side there's a one of someone being like, very sad and like dour, and then they go through the portal, and then on the other side they're much happier. But all of this seems very Fey realm oriented, and you even see some minor gods or archfey that seem like you're like, I think that seems something familiar you might have read about, but nothing in like particular specific.
It's delightful in here. It's like a storybook.
Oh, thank you. Yes, we try to create comfort for travelers along the way. Now, please, surely you're hungry and are prepared to eat. We can call everyone in for our afternoon second seas, if you will, or lunch.
As we walk in, is Lü'mis still compelled to do anything? Was he just compelled to go into the door?
Yeah, just compelled to go into the door. So now that you're like inside, seeing the food and seeing the area, that like compulsion has dropped.
Okay, I guess coming to a little bit, like walking in the door, I feel like maybe like peeks through the veil, kind of looks very confused in what just happened this past couple seconds. And Lü'mis says, I'm not really hungry.
Oh, surely, if everyone gets a little nippish and, wants a little bit of a snack, surely, please sit down, everyone, sit down. And roll another wisdom saving throw.
Oh. Mine's a natural 1 for a total of 3.
I have a natural 20 for a 21.
Okay.
7.
Okay, Lü'mis and Ellis, Lü'mis and Emil, you immediately are like, okay, great.
Absolutely.
And you go and sit down. Yeah.
I feel like you hear Lü'mis say, I am not hungry, but then sits down and like puts a napkin over like a bib and like gets a fork and knife.
Like ready to go. Yeah.
After like, I guess like, for lack of a better word, like passing these saving throws, like does Ellis like notice like the sort of like any sort of compulsion from his friends?
Roll a insight check to see if you're picking up on this.
He fucking rolled a 5. I'm just like, what the? I'm like, what are y'all? I'm like,
yeah.
I look at Lü'mis and I go, I'm like, you just fucking said you weren't hungry, and I've known you for 3 days, and you don't do anything. You don't want to fucking do. As I'm pulling out the chair and sitting down, I'm like, I don't fucking. Let's hurry up and eat.
Excellent, excellent. And one of the other fairies has flown over to a window and starts ringing a bell. And eventually the tiefling woman from outside, the half-elf man, and the halfling man that you knew to be Gramps, but perhaps is Theodore now, all come inside to eat. And you hear them all greet the pixies and Nanny in particular. And you hear Gramps go, Well, thank you, Nanny. I'm really excited. Well, it looks like we have some new guests here. That's so very exciting. Hello, welcome to the family house, or the family tree. I'm still learning the terms, you know.
Don't you recognize us?
Yeah, you son of a bitch. Don't you remember us, Theodore?
I almost killed you like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
I know my life was a little bit different 3 days ago, but I surely do not remember the three of you.
Do you have a brother, possibly?
An uncle?
A brother? No.
A twin?
No, I don't think so.
Gramps, you are a mystery that continues to unravel. How did you get here?
Well, I had traveled with some other people, I think, and then eventually I was shooed away from them, I think. I don't really quite remember, and I was kind of a little scared going through the woods by myself when I came across some of these pixies, and they led me here and showed me the way, and sure enough, I'm working towards that. And he points up to the triptych of the sad person going through the portal and then being happy. Now I want to go through the portal. I want to go and have a better life.
Man, don't we all? Is the food ready? I hate to be rude, but we really we really do need to be hitting the road.
We do have to go.
Oh, please eat. Yes, please eat up the food. And the pixies kind of put some food on your plates, like shoveling some salad, and start handing out the dishes. And everybody, if you choose to eat.
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. I'm not eating anything.
You have yet to see Lü'mis eat in the few days, and Lü'mis will not start here.
Ellis is torn because he would love to eat, but seeing the sort of weirdness of this place is very put off, and just kind of starts poking at his food with a fork.
Yeah, same. I'm just kind of shuffling it around my plate. Is everyone else at the table eating? Are the pixies eating? The human?
Everyone's eating. The pixies are eating. The other humanoids are eating, and the tiefling woman kind of looks over to you. Is everything okay? Is the food not to your liking? Surely we could make some new food for you all if it's not to your liking.
No, we just had a really big root vegetable and mushroom stew this morning.
Yeah.
So I'm stuffed.
And hearing this, Nanny kind of flies over, sits at the head of the table, sitting down in a very weirdly, very tall chair, so that way she's at table height, since she's probably only a foot in length or height or whatever. Oh, certainly you all need to eat. Certainly you should eat.
I don't need to eat.
You will eat. And everyone roll another wisdom saving throw.
It's time to go. 20.
15.
18.
Damn, you all do not eat. You are not choosing to eat.
I will go ahead and stand up. I scoop my chair back and say,
yeah.
Oh, actually, I think we've outstayed our welcome. We'll just go ahead and, maybe I'll wrap this up. You have a to-go box or something? I can take it for the road. I think it's time for us to go.
I would agree. I think y'all have a lovely tree house, but we have some business that we really got to be attended to.
I don't think you'll be going anywhere. And she pushes her hand, or pulls her hand up, makes kind of a pushing thing, and you hear the door really slam shut, creak close, doors lock. And we will roll initiative as you all come to combat with this household of pixies.
10.
Ellis?
22.
22.
Same.
22. Who has higher dexterity?
Mine's 2.
+2.
Rollies.
Let's do
Oh,
some rollies.
okay. 4.
Natural 18.
Okay. All right. Top of the order then is Ellis. You all are probably in about a 20-foot by 20-foot like oak tree. The door is on one side of that 20-foot by 20-foot, and you all are at a table sort of on the other side of the 20-foot by 20-foot. So you're about 15 feet from the doorway about. There seem to be pixies that as they see Nanny kind of shut the door, they seem to, be on more alert. About 5 of them seem to be on alert, ready to go. And you see that the humanoids perhaps haven't had to take up arms for the pixies yet, but seem to get the picture that they are to protect the pixies. So there are the 3 humanoids, 5 pixies, and Nanny all in this oak tree.
Oh boy.
To paint a picture of the positions, are we sitting like in like the middle of the table?
Yeah, I'd say that the 3 of you were kind of sat on like the middle on like one side, and that the other 3 humanoids are in the middle on the other side, and then the pixies are kind of just like around the area, flying like to and from like a kitchen and such.
I stand up, and who's directly across the table from me?
Probably Gramps.
I want to turn towards Nanny.
Okay.
I look at Nanny and I go, how about this? How about fuck your tree, fuck your food, and we're fucking leaving. And I'm going to use bonus action unsettling words to expend one of my bardic inspirations.
Okay.
And on your next saving throw, you must subtract a d6. And then I will clap my hands together. And in a 15-foot cone towards Nanny, cast Thunder Wave.
Yeah. So you're able to get Nanny, who's at the head of the table, the tiefling woman who's on the other side, and then 2 of the pixies who are so Nanny, 2 pixies, and the tiefling woman.
Great. They all need to make a Constitution saving throw, and Nanny subtracts a d6 from that roll.
Nice.
And I'll go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, Nanny rolled a natural 20 minus 2, so 18 for Nanny.
Okay.
Okay, all of the pixies fail. The tiefling woman gets a 16.
Those who fail take 10 damage and are blasted 10 feet away. Those who succeeded take 5 and are pushed nowhere.
Okay, you see as you send out this blast that the pixies just get slammed against the back of the oak tree and just bonk their heads, fall to the ground as if like dead flies. You just completely knock them out.
Hell yeah.
And is that it for your turn?
Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay, next is Emil.
I'm gonna stand up and get on top of the table.
Okay.
And go over the table towards Gramps.
Okay.
And I will just shout in his face, "Get it together! This is not who you are!" And I will slap him.
Okay.
An arm strike.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack roll.
13.
Yes, that hits Gramps square in the face.
Okay, 1 point of damage.
Okay, 1 point of damage. And then go ahead and roll an intimidation check as you are shouting and slapping him.
Oh, okay. A 2. Oh, no.
Okay.
A 3. 2 plus 1.
So, yeah, I imagine you kind of
Very
like pick
good.
him up a little bit, slap him, and you're like, get it together, man. And he's just like, oh, Nanny, why are they hitting me like this? I don't like our new friends. Nanny gets up from the table and she, now, everybody, please settle down. We don't need to harm ourselves over these people. Perhaps I can just handle it. And she sends out 3 magic missiles at you, Emil. D4s are so hard to pick up. And that is 8 points of damage to you, Emil.
Oof. Oh, damn it. Starts coughing.
Okay. Great. No, please don't cough all over the food, even though you're not going to eat it. Please. And next is one of the pixies who's going to come after you, Ellis, having seen you just blast a couple of their friends, and is going to swing down at you and try and stab you with this like needle of a sword.
Try me.
Okay, that is a 19 to hit.
You succeeded.
Okay. You take 5 points of damage as they stick you like right in like the neck, or like the neck to shoulder joint, with this like tiny ass like 3-inch long needle basically into your shoulder there.
Ooh.
I yelled towards Emil, and I say, I told you would get me killed one day.
You're not gonna die here.
Next is the half-elf man who doesn't like y'all's vibes at all. And he gets up, he's like, I'm sorry, Nanny, but I think I need to do this. And he picks up one of the plates of sandwiches, kind of picks it up so that way the sandwiches all fall off, and goes to knock you on the back of the head, Emil. Let's say 17 to hit.
Yep.
That's 4 points of plate to head damage.
Oh boy. Okay.
Next is Lü'mis.
How far is Nanny?
Nanny is probably about 5-10 feet from you.
Okay, I charge at Nanny with my spear.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack.
18 to hit.
That does hit.
8 points of damage.
8 points of damage, okay.
And then as I charge at Annie with my spear, I'm going to use a key point to then, with my other hand, pull out and try to claw her twice.
Okay, go ahead and do that.
The 15 to hit?
Yes, that hits.
Okay, I'm gonna just roll the second one again. Second one. 9 to hit?
That misses.
Okay. So then one of my claw attacks. Ooh. Another 8 points of damage.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, so you run up to her, spear through like the gut of this tiny pixie, and then you kind of like slash at her face, and she's like, oh god, I think I know what you are. Blood already like spilling out of her mouth. And is that it for your turn?
Could I, with the force of my spear, could I have tried to like pin her against a wall or something? Like,
sure, yeah, there's a wall right behind her, so go ahead and roll a strength check as you do that to see if you can stick it into the wall.
12?
A little bit, yeah, you get it stuck in there, probably maybe not super well, but she's definitely, you know, a like partially grappled against the wall there, I guess. Partially pinned. It's your turn. Okay, next is Gramps, who has been slapped in the face by Emil, and he's like, I don't know who you are. I really don't like that you slapped me. I like my new home here, I think. And he's going to get up and kind of reach up and try and punch you. But he's pretty short, so he's going to just try and like punch you in the leg to try and get you to like fall down, Emil. That is a 9 to hit.
No.
That misses. Okay. So he's like, well, I tried, Nanny. I'm sorry. And next is the tiefling woman who was hit by Thunderwave from you, Ellis. And she's going to look around for some sort of like improvised item to throw at you. Finds a flower vase with some nice flowers in it, and is going to chuck it at your head, Ellis, for a 16 to hit.
That hits.
That hits, okay. That is 2 points of vase damage to the head.
Vase damage to the head.
Vase damage to the head.
Name of the episode.
And next is the last pixie. So there's 2 pixies remaining. I don't know if I said there's 2 pixies remaining. The other pixie is going to go after you, Lü'mis, after seeing you take a big old hit to Nanny is gonna fly up behind you and try and like pierce at your spine with the same needle weapon. 9 to hit.
Nope.
Misses. Okay, yeah, they go to like try and pierce you with this little needle, and I think against like your like leather armor probably it just sort of like bends and doesn't quite pierce through it. And we're back at the top of the order to Ellis.
I slam my fist on the table and lean over towards Gramps and say, I'm gonna make you remember me, you smug son of a bitch. Nobody touches my fucking goddamn boots. And I cast Vicious Mockery on Gramps.
Okay.
Gramps needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
That's a 7.
Fail.
Okay.
Gramps takes 4 points of damage,
okay.
And they have disadvantage on their next attack. And I turn towards Lü'mis, and I go, kill him, Lü'mis! And I'll use a bardic inspiration.
Yes.
Great.
You.
Next is Emil.
How far away is Nanny from me?
Probably 5-10 feet.
Okay. Seeing that shit's getting wild, Emil will turn towards Nanny and shout out, everyone needs to stop and let us go, or I'm gonna fucking bite Nanny's head off.
Roll a intimidation check to the room here.
Is this my action? Or is this my
No,
speech?
this
Okay.
this is like free action, yeah.
Well, that's good, because it's a 7.
Okay. I was like, what? What are you gonna... The pixies are kind of like, what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
Lü'mis like turns around from having like a
Same.
spear in his body, just like, what are you talking about?
I will turn and run full speed at Nanny, and using my charger feet, we'll get into range and use primal savagery to make a bite attack.
Okay. Yeah, so Lü'mis has her partially grappled to the wall, so you do get advantage on this.
Fantastic.
Wake me up inside, Emil.
Natural 20.
Let's go, yes! Let's go, bitch!
Okay, so this is a D10. So 7 times 2 is 14, plus I used Charger, which adds 5 to the damage. She takes... So, I'm not sure because they wouldn't be able to see, but if you could see inside of Emil's mouth, as he leaps off the edge of this table into the wall, he, like, hangs on the wall for a second and, like, kind of attaches to it in a weird way of the oak tree, and then has one hand wrapped around Nanny and the other... And in his mouth, you see his teeth all get a tiny bit longer and sharper. And then he takes just a fucking chunk out of Nanny for 19 points of necrotic damage.
19 points. Okay. Big damage there.
And then Emil falls off the wall and lands and just looks up in horror at Lü'mis right next to him.
Yeah, I think you take like a big chunk out of Nanny, and one of her ears is, pointed ears is like been completely torn off. And I think she looks over at you, Emil, after doing this, and she's, I think I know who you are too.
I am so sorry.
Where the fuck was that a couple days ago?
That is... Oh, and then as Lü'mis looks over and says, where was that? You see that the scorch marks from the magic missile, just as a bonus action, kind of heal up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to use 2 hit dice.
I yell over at Emil, and I'm like, Emil, you have a knife! You bought a knife, Emil!
I
What
look
are
at you
doing?
and spit out a chunk of Nanny and say, I don't know what came over me, and there's just like blood coming out of my mouth. I heal for
Jeebers!
12 hit points, Becky.
Okay. It is now Nanny's turn. Half her head is kind of gone. She's kind of I think the bite has sort of dislodged her from the wall. She's now sort of gently like fluttering in the air a little bit. And she is going to cast Confusion, which should hit the three of you all. You all need to make a wisdom saving throw as she sort of points a finger out, creating a, you don't really see it, but like a ethereal kind of wavy sphere hitting the three of you.
13.
14.
14? Okay.
13 as well.
Okay. In her half-hearted attempt to confuse you all managed to pass it. You sense that something was trying to come over you this time, but you all shake it off, not succumbing to any of her magic this time around. And that is her turn. So next is one of the pixie that was attacking you. Ellis takes the needle out and goes to stab you again in the same spot. That's a 4, so that should miss.
That misses.
Okay. The half-elf who last hit Emil or Ellis? Who did the half-elf hit with the plate?
Me in the back of the head.
Yes. I think he picks up another plate and tries to do the same thing after seeing... That's downright terrifying. I don't like that. And goes to attack you with another plate. That's a 16 to hit.
Yep.
You take 3 points of damage as another plate gets broken on the back of your head.
Stop throwing the plates.
No, stop fighting Granny.
It's a waste.
What?
It's a waste of good plates. Why do you do? Come on.
What's what we have. Next is Lü'mis.
Cool. Lü'mis will try to hit Nani again with the spear, like full charge, trying to pin them against the wall again.
Okay. Roll attack.
For 16 to hit. And that will be 9 points of damage. I will use another key point to do another, as a bonus action, do 2 unarmed strike attacks. So I'm going to, again, same thing. So now that Nani's pinned against the wall, just going to, hold it with one hand and then swipe with my claws with the other. Dirty 20 to hit.
Yes.
Then 25 to hit.
Yes. Both, you don't even need to roll damage as both of those hit. You slash one way and kind of taking more of the chunk that Emil had taken, you're able to sort of start slicing into the neck bit, and then when you kind of sweep the other way with your claws, you finish the job and her whole head just completely gets torn away from her body. And all of the pixies are in like absolute horror seeing their like leader just get completely decimated, and they're just like, oh, you hear like these crying, and they just start symboling for you to like get out, like just get out. They don't want to fight you anymore. They're just like, please get out, but they don't talk, so they're just like waving for the doorway. And the 3 humanoids, the tiefling, Gramps, and the half-elf all seem to kind of be coming to a little bit, seeing the situation that they're in now that Nanny is dead.
Seeing that the head is completely cut off, I pull out my spear from the wall, and just what's left on the spear, I just like gently touch it, and then you see more, as weird as it sounds, more life come into Lü'mis, and then just like grabs the body, I guess, and just chunks it, wipes the spear away, and starts heading towards the door.
We are out of initiative order as you all have. The pixies do not want to fight you, so it's up to you all if you want to fight the remaining 2 pixies. And the 3 humanoids are kind of in just complete shock at this scene of like bloody pixies everywhere, and the table. I imagine when you did Thunderwave that first time, Ellis, that like half the dishes went like flying against the wall, like, so there's like food smeared down the wall, pixie blood everywhere. And then like the half elf was like holding plates that are now like broken on the table, and they're a little confused as to what's going on. You hear Gramps kind of coming to a little bit like, oh, wait a second, I know y'all. Wait.
I look at the the other two in the kind of canvasy clothing. I know you've been through a lot, but don't trust this one. I point at Gramps. He tried to kill us 3 days ago.
Well, I don't really know what's going on. The tiefling speaking up now, and I don't. Do you know where we're at? I was traveling and saw pixies that offered me aid, and I guess I was a little lost, and I don't know how long I've been here for.
You were in a little bit of an indentured servitude, against your will, working towards some false Zion of the Fey realm. And I point up at the banner. Yeah, quite a predicament. I would really recommend getting the hell out of here before some of these other pixies wise up and try to take up the mantle of this one. And I point to the headless nanny on the ground. Gramps, you as well. I suggest that we all get the hell out of here because this place is still potentially dangerous.
Yes, and the half elf kind of they all kind of start grabbing like a little bit of food and like putting it in their pouches.
No. I think it's probably laced with something that is what made you fall under the spell in the first place.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, yeah. Let's just I guess head back to the main road with you, then, if that's okay.
Yeah, this morning, I point at Ellis. Ellis and myself, we found like a bunch of vegetables in the forest, though, so you can go foraging if you're really hungry.
Oh, okay, yeah. The three of them kind of stumble out of the tree, and Gramps is like, "You're not gonna kill me, are you? I know last time you said you might kill me if you saw me again. You're not gonna kill me, are you?"
I suggest you give me a decent reason as to why we shouldn't kill you right now.
This ain't my fault. I was just under bad circumstances, and that's how I ended up here. That's definitely not my fault to be here.
I look at Emil and Lü'mis. I'm like, what do you think we should do with Gramps?
I feel like Lü'mis is halfway out the door already.
I will follow, and as I'm following, say, I don't really like liabilities out in the world, and it's kind of weird we've run into this one twice. Fool me once, shame on you, but, fool me twice, you know?
I grab Gramps by the collar.
I'm not a liability. I'm not a liability, I promise. I just... This one's definitely not on me. I didn't mean... If I hurt one of you all just now, it wasn't me. I wasn't right in my right mind. I promise.
I say, shut up. Let's go outside. If you stay in here, you'll die anyway.
Okay, all right. And he follows out with you all, and the other two are kind of outside looking, gathering up a couple supplies, like a shovel or something, to just have like a weapon around as they prepare to head out. And I know we've only known Gramps for a day or two, or Theodore, I guess is how we knew him, but really, the three of us all were just defending what I guess we knew to be true. Surely you don't need to kill him or mean to.
Look, I'm not a killer. I have killed, but
I think you just.
I don't think I may have knocked out a couple pixies. Let's not be too crazy here. But look, Gramps, I get it that you probably ended up here not of your own accord, but we keep finding you in pretty stupid fucking predicaments, and fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I guess shame on the pixies. Fool me thrice, that's shame on us. So if we see you again, motherfucker, I swear to God.
I promise you won't see me again. I will do my darndest to never see you again. I'm just going to head out here with my friends. We've become family kind of in the last couple of days. Last day, I guess. But we will we'll be on our way.
All right, we're headed. If you go out to the main road, we're heading that way. I suggest you head the other way.
We'll go back east. That's fine. Is that okay with you too? And he looks up at the half elf man and the tiefling woman, and they were like, I suppose east would be back to Mistfall. Is that? Do I have my bearings right?
Yeah, that should take you directly to Mistfall.
Okay, I think that's our best bet is to go back that way. And the half elf man speaks up now and. I guess that's where we should go. I don't. We'll get out of here. Thank you for freeing us from, I guess, whatever this spell or thing was.
I think we learned a valuable lesson. Maybe don't fuck with pixies.
That seems.
That goes for us too.
Yeah, we ended up here too somehow. Sleep with one eye open around this one. I'm serious. You be careful around this one. I say to the tiefling.
He'll take your fucking shoes.
Yeah.
People gotta do what they gotta do. Okay, you came in here and just murdered a bunch of pixies. I'm no different than you three.
Okay, Gramps.
And the three of them head out of the thank you for saving us. I know you don't want to see me again, but I do appreciate it.
Okay, get going. Is our horse okay? In our wagon?
Yes, Gertrude's been chilling, just eating some carrots and drinking some water.
I apologize. I'm so sorry. I say as I start hooking Gertrude back up to the wagon. I was expecting a fun little sightseeing detour as a break. Was not expecting that. Let's get back on the road. Forget this ever happened.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing. It'll be a funny story to talk about a couple days from now.
I hope so.
Hold on. As we're like heading back out into the main road, I say, Lü'mis, once again, spear work, claw like work, amazing. We love to see it. Emil. Good golly, Miss Molly, what? Bud, you went from 0 to 100 in like 0.2 seconds flat. That was I respect the ferocity, but that was incredible.
Yeah, I respect it too, but was all your questioning for me was your insecurities about whatever you turned into there?
What turned into? I was just trying to emulate what you do, Lü'mis. I didn't know it was. I didn't realize how effective, like biting things, was.
Did I see his teeth change?
Probably not in the moment. It's pretty weird that someone like went to bite someone's head off or the ear off or whatever. But you didn't. You were kind of in the action stabbing Nanny, so I don't think you quite saw it fully.
Okay, I went into that question as if I saw the change, not him just biting.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I mean, it certainly was a change of like attitude and behavior from going from like punching and pushing and stuff to tearing a giant chunk of someone's head off.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I have heard the two of you over the last couple of days. I wanted to be more useful in a dangerous situation. I know this won't be the last one, so if that was too much, I can reel it back if you want.
No.
If that's how you like to get down, party boy, I mean, get down. That's
kind of wish you showed that sooner.
Also, what are you talking about? Line of questioning.
Well, just you mentioned for me like you wanted me to have a weapon.
No. You mentioned something about Lü'mis. Lü'mis mentioned something about you questioning Lü'mis.
Yeah, we while you were sleeping last night, Ellis, we had a conversation. Lü'mis said it's not a secret, so I guess it's fine if I say like Lü'mis is 200 years old and a vampire.
No. No, what? No way. Are you Lü'mis? Are you shitting
You're not
me
some
right
kind of
now?
monster hunter or something, are you?
Fuck no, I'm not no monster hunter. I mean, shit. Even if I was, I wouldn't try to fuck with Lü'mis. Lü'mis, you're a goddamn vampire.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty obvious. And Lü'mis just like points to himself.
I just thought you had depression.
I mean, that's part of it.
I mean, I can imagine 200 years of darkness or whatever. Being a vampire kind of comes with the whole fuck that, Lü'mis. That's cool as hell.
You're you're probably the second person to ever say that.
Shit, I mean, I'll take silver in this race. I'm traveling with a vampire and a nerd who likes to bite little heads off of. This is cool. We got it. Hey y'all, I think this is a real party we got going on here. Holy shit.
I don't enjoy what I just did, and I'd hope to never have to do that again. If we could finish the rest of our time together without me biting anyone else, leave the biting to Lü'mis. That would be preferable.
Whoa, hold on. We haven't seen Lü'mis bite anybody here. Let's not make no assumptions about vampire. But Lü'mis, do you? Oh, I mean, I don't want to ask. Do you bite people?
You saw him go after that rope, right? Like, surely, Lü'mis.
I mean, I prefer not to bite people in the sense of what I think you're trying to insinuate vampires typically do.
But you do like to, like, steal or take a bit of, like, vitality. I mean, you are glowing.
I thought I saw that.
You are glowing right now. You look years younger.
You look like crazy.
I mean, if they're already dead, dying, it's kind of a waste if I don't.
That's hard as fuck, dog.
Is that you eating? So really, it is. We did pull over and you had a meal.
I guess you could put it that way, yeah. It's how I sustain myself.
Do you have to do that often?
Is it like a hunger?
It's every couple of days or so. I need to do it to survive. You know, I don't need the quote unquote human things to survive. Sleeping, eating regularly. I can go a couple of days, a week even, without doing any of those things, as long as I sustain life in other ways.
What happens? Say we don't find another creature for you to sustain on in a few days. You're doing the all night watch, and you look over, and Ellis's jugular's particularly throbbing one night or something.
I look like a goddamn snack. What are you gonna do?
What's gonna happen?
Well, I don't really like what you're insinuating, but I guess you could.
Problematic for sure. That's our bad.
Absolutely.
We'll walk that back.
I guess.
Check ourselves.
You could say I'm a vegetarian of sorts. I don't prefer to. I mean, I do kill people, yes, in situations like you just saw. I don't necessarily do it for sport, if you will.
Respect. Cool.
I have the same philosophy about killing, and I appreciate that about you.
Yeah, there's life force, life essence all around us. It doesn't have to be from creatures per se to keep me sustained.
Well, that's interesting.
Damn, you're cool as fuck.
I feel like, not that I don't appreciate you questioning me, but I'd like to get to know y'all more as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit us with some hot questions.
What you did back there, Emil, does it happen often that it just seemed like you had this primal instinct about you that I've been around, I've seen merchants of sorts. I've never seen a primal one
I ain't never seen no salesman rip off the head of a pixie before. I mean,
Well,
I've also never met a vampire before, so I mean, first times for everything.
This conversation might be a little too intense for Gertrude. No,
You do know.
I'm joking.
You do know that Gertrude can't hear you, right? You've been talking to Gertrude.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Before I was a businessman in Venzor, I did grow up in the area, but was very early in my life orphaned, and I grew up in orphanages until that didn't work for me anymore. I saw more opportunity in the wild. When I was out there, sleeping outside, living outside, I did sustain myself in untenable ways. I did commit some level of crime and violence, and I think that's where some of this comes from. I haven't had to rely on that part of me in a very long time. I had kind of put that part of my life to bed. It's been 25 years since I lived on the streets. I've been building and running a successful business. It's another kind of fight, but it definitely has not been physical or violent. But as I've started traveling outside of Venzor, it is starting to be more necessary, unfortunately. Yeah, I hope I don't have to have too many of those outbursts.
So you were. I mean, let's just cut the bullshit here. You were lying about, not really knowing how to fight. Not really. I mean, you've been around the block a couple times. Huh?
I have no idea how to use this, and I try to pull the dagger out of the scabbard, and I can't get the button off. This is useless to me. If it makes you feel better, I will carry it, because you've mentioned it a couple times, Ellis, the knife. But I do better with my hands. I just don't like it. And before Emil can finish the sentence, he is coughing as he's trying to say he doesn't like doing this. Sorry, being out in the wild again has made me feel like allergies and sick. I think I'm just not used to the air outside of Venzor. This damn cough has been so persistent. Yeah, I'm not good with a weapon, but I can survive. If that makes sense.
Well, yeah, dog. Fuck the dagger. I just thought you were some, like, I don't know, bookwormy dude who didn't know how to rip off people's heads with your teeth. Like, if that's where your power is, hell yeah. I mean, respect that you don't want to do that. That makes total sense. I mean, I'm not saying go willy-nilly here or nothing, but and we got our strengths.
I hope this doesn't change your perception of me. I'd rather be seen as that bookworm type you're talking about, and I'd rather my customers see me that way, and the general population, including the citrine delegation. They are everywhere and very important to me in my business. So I don't want this side of me to be known to the public, if that makes sense.
That's entirely up to you, my friend. I mean, I mean, your secret's safe with me, at least.
Yeah, I mean, from my experience, it gets harder and harder to mask who you really are. So don't let that get to you.
Who I really am is in Venzor, behind a counter, with a pencil in my hand and a book in front of me, balancing it, and my wares are on the shelves around me, and I'm dealing with a particularly wealthy customer, and my associates are behind the counter or in the shop with me. That's where I am, who I really am. This out here is, we've had some good times and some rough times. I would not say this is who I want to be or am.
Hey, it's your life, buddy. If you get to pick it. I mean, if you don't mind me asking, is there like do you have like a name for this sort of condition? Is there like is this like something that other people got going on?
I'm not gonna pass anything to you if that's what you're asking.
No. I guess it's just like purely, like, Lü'mis here is a vampire. Like, do you consider? Is there like a sort of title or a name?
No, I'm just a man who's scrappy.
Respect.
What? How about questions for Ellis? That was a good question, Lü'mis. That took us down the road quite a ways. How about you? How about Ellis now?
Why are you so obsessed with your boots?
They're fucking nice boots. They're literally the other than, and I hold up a ring on my hand. I'm like, this ring and my boots. These are the nicest things I own, and I'll be damned if I've managed to lose track of a lot over the short course of my life. Hanging out with who I thought was the oldest in the group, Mr. 40s over here, Mr. Over the Hill, but it turns out I'm living with Mr. fucking 20 times over the hill, Mr. Vampire, Jeebers, Creepers. Yeah, I mean, there's really not much to it. I like my boots. I would prefer to have, call it vanity or whatever, but I like nice things. And I don't really have a lot of them. And when I come across the things that I like, I'm gonna hold on to them. And I like my fucking boots.
What about the ring?
It's my mother's. It's not, and I mean, I say that it's not a sad story. I mean, she's still alive. She gave it to me before. I hid it out. Keep it on me. It's just a nice reminder of what was.
How old are you, Ellis?
I mean, shit, it's embarrassing. I'm only 2 years shy of 30.
That's a great age.
Yeah, we're really varying the gaps here.
Well, yes, there's
extremes.
Pretty extreme difference. But I was gonna say that's very very sweet of you to keep your mother's ring on you. Have you seen her recently? Spent any quality time?
No. I mean, well, we correspond with each other, through writing as often as I can get to a fucking post office. I'll admit I'm not the best son in that regard. I could probably write my mother more often, but she's back in Huntingard on the East Coast, and yeah, I haven't been back home in a long time. I'm not really interested in going back there.
A lot of fools out that way.
Too many, one might say.
That's it. Oh, so back to one of the first questions I asked you. You have some enemies?
Oh, I mean, no, not. I mean, I could go. Trust me, I could go back to Huntingard whenever I wanted to. I just I got bored. I didn't want to be there no more. Didn't really have much to offer me, so I packed up and wanted to see what else the world had to offer me.
I hope we're fulfilling that desire for you out here.
I mean, yeah, I've been on the road for about 10 years by myself.
Oh, shit.
I've hung out with some other. Yeah, I've hung out with some other crews. I've actually had a couple run-ins with the Order before. Nothing too crazy. All super small time stuff. But I will say, as of about 20 minutes ago, I thought y'all two were just some weirdo Joes that I'd come across, but y'all are shaping up to be probably the coolest. All I'm saying, I was gonna say it. We might need a name. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. I've never said that to another group before. Most of the time I'm traveling people, we just do a job. And I'm like, oh, and they're just like, oh, let's do another job. I'm just like, oh, yeah, for sure. And then I like kind of skip town. Y'all cats are cool as hell.
Ellis, in maybe in a different regard, not for all the fondness and warmness, even though I do like the both of you. It's actually more profitable for us to have a name for marketing purposes and payment purposes.
Like brand t-shirts, right?
Well,
T-shirt hats.
I just mean, when we're introducing ourselves, it's more official if we have a name for our group. But it's best. I didn't come up with Venzor's varieties for a good 10 years. It took me 10 years to come up with that name.
It's a pretty general name, considering it's just the name of the city that you're in.
And you know what? The genius of it is that it is a very general name, and we're a general store, so it kind of works out.
It does. Surprised it took you 10 years.
Well, I was pretty busy. Running a street cart is difficult. Okay, well, I think a name is a good idea. Let's be on the lookout. Lü'mis, you've got 200 plus years of experience. Surely you can help us come up with something.
I can try. I haven't really put in the effort to really name groups in the past couple years.
Well, you're about to start.
Honest, no, great.
Feller.
I mean, how do we compare? How do we size up to other groups you've seen or been a part of?
I mean, I've known you for like 3 days. That's like comparing apples to oranges.
They're both fruits.
Yeah, oranges are better than apples.
Well,
it's easy to compare.
There's a horse right there, so watch your mouth.
What is that? Horses like apples? I'm sure if I gave Gertrude an orange, Gertrude would be very pleased.
You can't give horses citrus. It's not good for them.
You want to bet? I'll Google it.
I don't. I just made that up. I don't even know if that's true. That's a half a business. It's just making things up. Lü'mis, I have one more question. I know you wanted to shift the attention to us, but
it's fine.
I have one more question for you. Will you ever die?
Honestly, I don't know.
Have you?
Hasn't happened technically since 200 more plus years ago. I died once. Haven't really died since.
Oh.
Maybe an appropriate campfire story is a story of what it's like to die. As a mortal man, I'd have no idea. Maybe next time we set up camp.
Is life a curse?
Absolutely.
Oh, fuck. That's hard as fuck, dude. Damn.
No, it's not a curse. Life is great. If you have the right people.
The poetry of it, though, it's beautiful in a very sad way. But
Damn, we've been talking too long.
We're traveling. We're riding though. Gertrude's putting in work.
You all talk and talk and talk for about 5 hours straight, right into making camp for the night, where you talk and talk and talk, getting a little bit closer to each other, learning a little bit more, and that is where our episode will end for tonight.
Becky, welcome back to the podcast.
Yeah,
you're here.
I went and got a sandwich.
I saw you do a whole yoga routine.
I did a whole yoga routine. I'm feeling limber as fuck. This could get dicey.
That's a good way to say it.
Good night. Uh-oh, they found Gramps again. When will they see him again? Only time will tell. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. You can find all episodes of This Could Get Dicey wherever you listen to podcasts. And you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at TCGDpod. Spread the word, share it with a friend, and leave a review if you can. And stay tuned for our next episode on Wednesday, April 12th.